All right, hi everybody. So this lesson is covering P5 and Arduino serial communication, but this time it's communication from the web browser to the Arduino circuit itself. So in this example, you need to have a circuit that has at least an LED. The LED is plugged into pin 9, the pulses modulation pin, and then I have a button also set up. So really you just want to pay attention to the LED part and the button part. And so this sketch has two different functionalities. I can click on the screen, and then when I click, the LED turns on and off. And then there's another functionality that does the analog out. If I click on the button and hold, and I click on the keys with my keyboard, you can't see it, but I'm clicking on the keyboard, we can control the brightness of the LED. So if you see here, I'm clicking delete and backslash, and the brightness is changing. And then if I let my hand go, I can go back and click on the screen and turn it on and off. So that's the point of this this lesson. Okay, so let me go back to the screen. So now you can see the screen, and you can see I'm just clicking right here, and it's sending data, and then I can do key presses, and we can see that we can get different different key presses. Okay, so the code for this example, if you're at the GitHub, you're going to go to hardware week 3 Tuesday, and then you're going to go to write example. And so everything you need is in this is on this page. So the Arduino is going to be here, the Arduino code, and then the HTML or the P5 code is here. Okay, so I have it open in another window. So let's look at the Arduino code first. So this is an example from Arduino called Physical Pixel, but I changed a few things about it. So we have an pin 9. We have an incoming byte. That's how we handle data that's coming in from P5. We have a Boolean. So this is a Boolean type. You have to actually create if the type is Boolean. So what this is doing is it's allowing us to switch between digital output to the LED and analog output to the LED. We're beginning the serial monitor. We're setting our pin mode to output. Okay, this button is just a momentary button that's saying if you're held down, make digital equal to true, and if you're not held down, make digital equal to false. So down here, this is a method on the serial object that's saying if there are things in the serial buffer, the way that you know is if it's greater than 0, then something is actually happening. And so this is what you can do, because you don't want to do any of this stuff if there's nothing in the serial buffer, because there won't be anything to read. So you're saying if the serial is available, if it's greater than 0, do all this other stuff. Set the incoming byte to serial.read. So we're reading information from P5 with this. If we're in digital mode, check to see if the incoming byte is 72. If it's not 72, check to see if it's 76. And if we're not in digital mode, then we're in analog mode, and then take the incoming byte, which is going to be a number, and set it to, it's going to be a number, but I'm actually not sure what the range is. It's going to be a number. I think it's 0 to 255 that we're going to map to our our LED. So what are these numbers? These are ASCII numbers. And so if we go and look at a chart, ASCII table, we can see that every symbol on our computer keyboard actually has a decimal number that goes along with it. So we can see that like escape has a number 27, that if you click escape, that has an ASCII number of 27. And we can see that we're listening for H and L capital letters. And we can see over here, H is 72, L is 76. Okay, so that is how this works. In order to send something to, so now I have my serial control open. And I wanted to demonstrate this before. So if you try to upload, it shouldn't let you do it. Yeah, okay. So I'm having an error because I have this open. So I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to upload it again, and now it should work. And why is that? It's because you can't have two things on the same serial bus at the same time. It's only one at a time. So I'm going to open it back up. And so you don't really need to worry about this anymore. You can get rid of this. Now, I have the right example open in VS Code, so we can look at it. Once again, remember that you need to have the serial port imported. So now it's imported as a downloaded library, but here, it's right here, serial port. Oops. And then if we open Sketch, we can read from the top. Remember, this is a really important part, the port name. Remember, you can get your port name from this info, available ports list. And it's gonna be one that's like dev, and then it says something like USB modem. So you need to copy the one that's for your device. Okay. This out message is going to be what is getting sent from the P5 sketch to the Arduino. Okay, this serial stuff is all the things that we talked about in the last video. We need a new P5.serial port object to make all this communication happen. The important thing here, remember, is a serial.onData. When we get data, we do something with the data. This is more for when you're getting data from Arduino, so we're not actually doing that now. So we just read it and we're just listening for it, just in case. But nothing is, we're actually using this in this sketch. But what we are doing is sending the data. So the way that we send it from P5 with the P5 serial port library to the Arduino is with a message called serial.write, okay? And then the out message, the default out message is H. So when we click, it's gonna send an H. And then remember that we're listening for an H in the Arduino code. So actually, if I have that open, if we send an H here, we are listening for here, but with its ASCII number equivalent. So remember that the ASCII 72 is a capital H. And then over here, we're sending, basically this is just one of those like flip-flop things. So if the out message is an H, next time you click send an L. So that means that when we go over, so I'm already running this. You can see at the bottom, I'm running this sketch. But when we go over to this and you click, and if you open and close this app, you might need to reload your page. And if I reload it now, you can't see it, but my LED is working. And then I can click on the button and play with my keyboard, and I'm getting, so I'll just show it again so you can see it working. You can hear my mouse. I'm clicking on the screen. I'm not touching the Arduino at all, and it's turning it on and off. And then if I click this thing, now I'm in analog mode, and I can change the brightness. And so now we've learned how to send information from the Arduino with the buttons and with the potentiometer to P5. And then we've also learned how do we take information from P5 and send it to our Arduino. And those are two really important things. In the next lesson that Simran will do, we're going to learn how do we actually send multiple things from the Arduino at the same time. So what if we wanted to send two potentiometer messages? We needed to do that in a slightly different way. So that's all for now. Bye.